The Carthax raiders thought the settlement would be easy prey. 50 colonists on a backwater moon, no military presence, minimal defenses. They'd done this 100 times across a dozen systems. They materialized in the settlement square, weapons hot, ready for the usual routine. Terrify the locals, take what they wanted, disappear before authorities arrived. What they didn't know was that among those 50 colonists were 12 retired Terran Marines. The raiders' leader, Warlord Greshkar, grabbed the nearest target, a small human child, maybe 7 years old, holding a stuffed animal. He lifted the boy by his shirt, letting him dangle. "Your valuables," Greshkar snarled at the crowd. "Now, or the child." He never finished the sentence. The first shot came from a farmhouse window. High-caliber round, right through Greshkar's knee. He dropped the child, who was immediately scooped up by an elderly woman who moved with practiced efficiency. Former combat medic, muscle memory kicking in. The second shot took out the raider aiming at the woman. Headshot. Clean. Then the colonists moved. What the Carthax saw as farmers were actually former soldiers who'd earned their discharge through blood. The galaxy's fiercest warriors, now trying to live quiet lives. Trying. Lieutenant Commander Hayes, now farmer Hayes, had been tending crops when the alarm sounded. He'd grab his service rifle from where it hung behind the plow. Old habits. ROE is weapons free, he called out calmly, like he was announcing dinner. Protect the civilians. No prisoners if they resist. The battle lasted 4 minutes. For minutes of precise, overwhelming violence that the Carthax had never encountered. These weren't panicked civilians. These were operators who'd fought in the border wars, who'd held the line at Proxima Station, who'd earned their retirement through decades of turning planets into graveyards. Greshkar, wounded and desperate, tried to activate his emergency beacon. Hayes shot out his hand, then shot him twice more, leg, shoulder. Not killing shots, incapacitating shots. "You touched a kid," Hayes said flatly. "You don't get to die quick." When the last raider fell, Hayes zip-tied Greshkar and dragged him toward the settlement's council chamber. The warlord was bleeding, screaming threats in 3 languages. "You've started a war. The Carthax Empire will burn this world. I am Warlord Greshkar, commander of—" "You're a dead man," Hayes interrupted. "You just don't know it yet." Inside the council chamber, the other retired Marines had assembled. A field tribunal, unofficial, but they'd done this before in places where official authority didn't reach fast enough. The charges were read. 1 count, assault on a human child under Terran Colonial Protection Act, Article 7. The trial lasted 90 seconds. The sentence was unanimous. Hayes pulled out his sidearm, a relic from his service days, worn but maintained. Terran justice is simple. You harm our children, you die. No appeals. No merci. Greshkar finally understood. These humans weren't soldiers anymore. They were parents, grandparents, neighbors. But you couldn't stop being what war made you. You could only choose when to use it. "Please," Greshkar whispered. "I didn't know." "Yeah, you didn't." Hayes pulled the trigger. 10 minutes after the first raider materialized, Greshkar's head hung in the council chamber as a message. The body was left in the square with a sign in Galactic Standard. Terran Colonial Territory. Children are protected. Violators will be executed. When Galactic Council authorities arrived 3 hours later, they found the settlement residents calmly cleaning up, the child playing with his stuffed animal, and 12 elderly colonists who claimed they'd seen nothing unusual. The lead investigator, a veteran himself, looked at the scene, looked at Hayes standing there with dirt under his fingernails and blood on his boots, and made a decision. Report says raiders attacked. Colonists defended themselves. Self-defense is legal. He closed his datapad. No further investigation required. Hayes nodded once. Appreciated. As the authorities left, the investigator paused. "How many of you are out here?" "Retired military playing farmer." "Enough," Hayes said simply. "We served. We retired. But we never stopped protecting what matters." The child ran up, hugging Hayes's leg. "Grandpa Hayes, can I have dinner now?" Hay smiled, the hardness leaving his eyes. Yeah, kid, let's get you fed. The Carthax Empire sent no more raiders to human colonies. Word spread fast. Humans might look soft in retirement, but they never stopped being dangerous. And they never forgave threats to their children. Never.